Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news and what's shaping up to be one of the most intriguing and potentially game-changing moves of the NFL trade deadline season. The Washington Commanders are reportedly in serious talks to acquire Bijan Robinson from the Atlanta Falcons. Now, I know what you're thinking. Bijan Robinson, the rookie sensation who's been turning heads all season long. And yes, this could be exactly what the Commanders need to elevate their offense to new heights, especially in the ground game, which has been a bit of a letdown so far this year. Sources close to NFL scouts and insiders suggest that negotiations are heating up, with the potential trade involving a first-round pick and a reserve wide receiver from Washington. The Falcons, who are currently sitting at a 1-2 start in 2025, are apparently looking to make some cap relief moves after their recent struggles. Atlanta has a fairly leaky offensive line, allowing about 4-2 sacks per game, and they're clearly shifting focus to rebuild their quarterback position after the Kirk Cousins era. So they're open to shipping out some players to free up cap space, which they can then reinvest in other areas of their roster or to bolster their draft capital. Now, why would the Commanders want Bijan Robinson? Well, this is not just about adding another running back. It's about transforming their entire offensive philosophy. Right now, Washington's rushing attack is averaging just 98 yards per game, which is pretty pedestrian in today's NFL. For a team that's been looking for a spark, especially in the running game, Bijan represents a lightning bolt, a dynamic, elusive, and explosive back who can change the complexion of games with his speed and agility. He's been compared to Saquon Barkley in terms of explosiveness, and there's a reason for that. With a 4.46-second 40-yard dash, Robinson's burst is legit. He's been racking up impressive stats in his rookie season, 150 rushing yards, 18 touchdowns, and averaging 4.8 yards per carry. In the 2024 season, he earned an impressive PFF grade of 87, which puts him among the top young running backs in the league. Up until September 15, 2025, he's posted 45 carries for 248 yards and 2 touchdowns in just 3 games, maintaining a solid 5 yards per carry with 112 yards after contact. His EPA per run stands at 0.15, which shows he's not just gaining yards, but doing so efficiently and consistently. And let's not forget, he's been relatively healthy, no serious injuries, just some minor fatigue in week 2. His athletic profile, with a burst comparable to Saquon Barkley, makes him a perfect fit for a team like Washington that's looking to become more explosive on offense. The potential trade makes a lot of sense from the Falcons' perspective. They have roughly $18 million in cap space this season, but their offensive line has been struggling mightily, allowing about 4.2 sacks per game. They're prioritizing a rebuild, especially on the offensive side, with a focus on drafting a quarterback in the upcoming draft after their disappointing start. Trading Bijan could free up around $10 million in cap space, giving them more flexibility to target a pass rusher or other key pieces in the draft, particularly since they rank just 22nd in rushing offense, averaging only 105 yards per game. For Washington, though, this is a move that could be a game-changer. Picture a ground attack that suddenly becomes much more formidable, with Robinson's explosive running style adding a new dimension. If he joins the team, the Commanders' rushing efficiency could jump by over 30%, pushing their total rushing yards for the season to around 400 yards, an enormous boost. Not only that, but his presence in the backfield would open up play-action opportunities, giving quarterback Sam Howell more chances to connect deep downfield. His EPA per pass could see an increase of around plus 0.22, which translates into more successful passes and big plays. This isn't just about short-term gains, either. Bijan Robinson's addition could solidify Washington's offense as a top 8 unit, capable of grinding out wins against tough defenses and elevating the entire team's competitiveness. His ability to add 15% more explosive plays to the offense is exactly what the team needs to push for a deep playoff run and perhaps even beyond. Think of the impact similar to Christian McCaffrey's move to the 49ers in 2022, which elevated their offense by adding that extra dimension of versatility and explosiveness. Bijan could serve as the X factor in close games, especially in the red zone, where his shiftiness and speed would make him a nightmare for defenses. Now, here's where it gets really interesting from a strategic standpoint. If the Commanders manage to land Bijan Robinson, their odds to win the Super Bowl would see a significant boost. Early betting lines had Washington's chances at plus 12-0, long shots, no doubt. But with Bijan, those odds could shrink dramatically, potentially down to plus 4-0. That's a huge leap in betting confidence, reflecting how much one player can influence a team's championship prospects. His addition would give Washington a true ground-and-pound identity, reminiscent of the dominant Cowboys teams of the 90s, who relied heavily on their rushing attack to control games and wear down opponents. Of course, as with any trade, there are risks and uncertainties. The negotiations are still ongoing and nothing is set in stone. But the buzz is real, and the possibility of seeing Bijan Robinson in a Washington uniform is exciting for fans. It's a move that signals the team's aggressive push to contend now, not just in the future. It's about sending a message that Washington is serious about competing at the highest level, especially with a franchise that's been searching for that elusive piece to put them over the top. Looking at the broader picture, this could be a defining moment for the Commanders franchise. They've made some solid moves this offseason, and adding Bijan Robinson would be the cherry on top, an injection of youth, talent, and explosiveness that can energize the entire team and fan base. It's a strategic gamble, but one that could pay off immensely if everything clicks. With Robinson's talent and Washington's coaching staff's ability to utilize his skills effectively, the sky's the limit for what this offense could become. Imagine a scenario where Robinson consistently breaks off big runs, setting up play-action passes, and helping the team control the clock better, all while giving Howell more options to pick defenses apart. And let's not forget about the long-term implications. If Washington successfully pulls off this trade, it could set a new standard in the NFC East. The division already boasts some powerhouse teams, but adding a player like Bijan Robinson could give the Commanders a clear edge in developing a balanced offense that keeps defenses guessing. It also signals that Washington is committed to building a roster that can compete for championships, rather than just trying to stay afloat. In the current NFL landscape, where explosive offenses and versatile playmakers rule the day, acquiring a young superstar like Bijan Robinson makes a ton of sense. His skill set perfectly complements the team's needs and could catalyze a new era for Washington, one where the running game is no longer an afterthought but a core part of the offense. With his ability to turn small gains into big plays, he could be the difference maker that pushes Washington into serious playoff contention and beyond. As fans, we all know how much a game changer like Bijan can inspire the team and energize the fan base. His addition would mean more than just a boost on the field. It's about sending a message to the rest of the league that the Commanders are here to contend, and they're willing to make bold moves to get there. It's about building a powerhouse that can go toe-to-toe with the best, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC East. Of course, all this hinges on the negotiations, the team's willingness to part with a first-round pick, and how quickly the deal can be finalized before the November 4th deadline. But one thing is certain. If this trade goes through, it could be remembered as one of the most impactful moves in recent history for Washington. It's a move that could define this season and shape the team's future for years to come. So, Commanders fans, keep your eyes glued to the news because this story is developing rapidly. This could be the start of something big, an era where the ground game finally lives up to its potential, and the team finds itself in the thick of the playoff chase, all thanks to an electrifying rookie who's been making waves all season long. The next few weeks will be critical, and I can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's hope we're celebrating a new chapter for the Washington Commanders very soon. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster trade? Are you excited about Bijan Robinson joining the team? Do you see him as the missing piece to finally push Washington into Super Bowl contention? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the team. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates on this story and everything else happening around the Commanders. So stay tuned, stay loud, and let's keep the passion alive. This is just the beginning, and I truly believe we're witnessing something special in the making.